Did you know that one of the most iconic fashion brands in the world has a dark, controversial past that's been buried for decades? We all know Hugo Boss for its sleek designs, but today we're revealing a shocking history the brand has desperately tried to hide. From its controversial beginnings to its current global dominance, this story is filled with twists and turns. And here's the kicker. There's a shocking modern twist involving a comedian's legal name change that has rocked the brand. You won't believe the details. Let's dive into the truth of Hugo Boss. Hugo Boss was born in 1885 in a small German town known for its textile industry. Growing up in his parents' lingerie shop, Hugo developed an early passion for fashion. After an apprenticeship and some experience in a textile mill, he took over the family business and transformed it into a tailoring shop named after himself. Hugo Boss was on the rise, creating everything from workwear to raincoats. But as the post-World War I German economy struggled under the weight of reparations, Hugo's business began to falter. The Great Depression only worsened the situation, leading him to make uniforms for the police and government officials to keep the business afloat. However, this was just the beginning of a much darker chapter in the company's history. As Germany's economy worsened, Hugo Boss saw an opportunity with the rise of Adolf Hitler and the Nazi Party. In 1931, Hugo became a member of the Nazi Party, leveraging this connection to secure lucrative contracts. He began producing the infamous brown shirts for the Nazis, and as the party grew, so did the demand for uniforms. Hugo Boss supplied outfits for the SS, the police, and even the Hitler Youth. With only 6 sewing machines, Hugo's factory quickly expanded, fueled by loans and, shockingly, the use of forced labor from French and Polish prisoners. While he did allow these workers to eat in the factory canteen, their living conditions were harsh, and threats of concentration camps loomed over them if they fell behind on work. Was Hugo Boss merely trying to save his business, or did he truly support the Nazi ideology? Some researchers suggest that Hugo was indeed a loyal follower, as evidenced by a photo of himself with Hitler displayed in his home. After the war, Hugo Boss faced the consequences of his Nazi affiliations. He was banned from owning a business, and in 1948, he passed away. However, the company didn't die with him. His son-in-law, Eugene Holley, took over and continued making uniforms, this time for the police and postal workers. But it was a contract to produce suits in the early 1950s that changed everything. Eugene seized this chance to rebrand Hugo Boss, focusing on high-quality, elegant suits. This pivot helped the brand shake off its dark past and build a reputation as a premier German fashion tailor. Under Eugene's leadership, Hugo Boss expanded its offerings and grew into a significant business. By the time Eugene's sons took over in the 1960s, the company was ready to go global. They focused on premium men's suits, using softer Italian materials that stood out from traditional German fabrics. They also modernized their factories and began outsourcing production, a bold move at the time. To solidify their new image, the brothers invested heavily in marketing. They sponsored race cars and secured endorsements from big names like Sylvester Stallone. The 1980s yuppie movement played right into their hands as young professionals sought stylish suits to match their aspirations. The company didn't stop there. By the mid-80s, Hugo Boss launched its fragrance line and even went public on the German stock exchange. However, by the late 90s, the company faced new challenges, including economic downturns and changing market demands. Recently, Hugo Boss has been criticized for both its past connections and current actions. In 1999, the company set up a fund to compensate former forced laborers and issued a public apology in 2011 for its role during the Nazi era. But controversy struck again when comedian Joe Lycett legally changed his name to Hugo Boss. to protest the company's aggressive legal actions against small businesses using the word boss in their names. This move drew widespread attention and criticism, reminding the world that even today, Hugo Boss isn't free from scandal. So where does that leave us? Can a company ever truly separate itself from its origins? Hugo Boss has tried to make up for its past mistakes and has taken positive steps forward. Yet its name, literally and figuratively, remains tied to a dark history. Leave a comment below with your thoughts. Should a brand's past affect how we see it today? And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more fascinating stories from the world of fashion and beyond. See you next time.